Hello, this is John from Revit for Interior Designers, and this is a quick tip on how to align drawings, what they call views in Revit, onto sheets. I've got a sample sheet here, and I've got multiple pages where the floor plan exists. So we got a reflective ceiling plan, for example, and here we've got a lower roof plan. And so we got multiple pages with the same floor plan in different views. So what we want to do is go to View and launch a guide grid. And here we can give it a name if you like. So for example, we'll call this Plan Layout. Hit OK. And so the guide grid shows up on the screen. It does not print, but it's useful for cases of alignment. I'm also going to click on this and change the scale here. And let me use a larger scale of 2 inches here. Hit Apply. Make it slightly bigger, and I'm gonna basically grab this grid and shrink it down some. So let's make it, for example, this big here. And what I want to do is I want to locate the coordinates of my column grid lines in Revit onto one of these grid intersection points. I'm going to grab this and use a tab to select it here. And so let's say I tab, select, and move it close to the intersection of this column grid line here. I can use the move command here and move this guide grid to that intersection right there, as long as constrain is not turned on. Otherwise, you're stuck in 90-degree rotations. So I'm going to move it over to here. And so now the guide grid is in alignment with the intersection of column A, in this case, 1. Alternatively, I could have the guide grid located elsewhere, grab the floor plan by clicking on it once, and with the move command, making sure both of these are unchecked, constrain and disjoin. They both have to be unchecked, otherwise it's going to launch an error message. In this case, I can basically use the move command here and move the drawing from that intersection point where it finds column grid line intersections. It will not find walls or any other object, but it will find column line intersections. Move it from there and move it over to here. Click. The floor plan moves error-free. So the idea is to get the floor plan in alignment with the guide grid. And I'll also take it one step further, and I'll use it to locate the title block here, for example, here at the bottom. And let's say I want this circle here of the title block to be on that grid line right there, that blue grid line. So I'll click on the title. We'll use my arrow keys, holding shift arrow keys to move it over, or without shift, it moves it over more slightly there. And I can move it down here, for example, and get an alignment set up. You can't use snap in this case. But the guide grid then here was able to locate the corner of the floor plan using column grid A1 and the title block. Therefore, if I launch another sheet here, for example, I can go back to the guide grid, use the same style, launch it on this sheet. Again, these won't print, and then coordinate the location of that column grid line with the exact coordinate of the guide grid. Click on the floor plan, use the move command, make sure these check boxes are turned off, and I can snap to that guide grid or the column grid line and make it adjust to the guide grid here. And then under the same token, I can click on the title block here and use my keyboard's arrows to make an alignment here on that blue line there. So now the first floor plan, type ZA to zoom all, and the reflective ceiling plan of the first floor are exactly in the same sheet between each of those sheets. You want to make sure that all of your floor plan and reflective ceiling plan drawings are in the exact same position on every sheet to make your drawings look as professional as possible and to impress future employers. Okay, that's it for now. See you next time.